everybody, and welcome to week 4 of our spring class here on Visual Basic. I know that you've been spending a lot of time and working really hard on your word guess program, and I do think that many of you have spent quite a bit of time. It can be tough, I think, when we're working with two concepts like loops and becoming familiar with the different string methods. You know, as you look at each one, you might understand them, but kind of putting them all together can be a tough thing, and applying them all together. So, because of that, I'm kind of keeping it as simple as I can this week. I did just add one topic here that is about timer control objects. So it's just an object in the toolbox to add, but I think a very powerful one, and actually can be used as another type of looping structure. So I think there's some interesting things you can do with it. To kind of speed things up too, and maybe cause you a little less time this week, we're just going to add on to that word guess program again and do some things with timers, so you don't have to build a new program in there. And of course, you got your weekly journal entry. So hopefully this will be a thing where some of you that are maybe a little behind will get caught up, and maybe some of you that are caught up but have spent a lot of time the last couple of weeks just to stay caught up, maybe this will be a little bit easier week for you, hopefully. At least that's my thought. Probably next week, we'll jump into a new topic. We'll certainly start building onto a new program for sure, which adds a little bit to the time. I'm also thinking that you'll probably have a quiz on looping structures. So that would be for next statements, do loops, and the timer. So information about all those. So if you do end up with a little extra time this week, you might want to review those topics so that you'll be ready for a quiz on that. I'm just going back here for a second. Version 2, you were adding some sounds to your word guess game. The system sounds should be easy enough as far as the background sounds and getting a wave. I know some people were having a hard time getting a wave file that would work. Just, when you do go out and try to find some sound files, if you're downloading them for the internet, be careful. I will try to put some things in the helpful links area. I don't have them in there right now, but I'll try to go in there if I can by tomorrow, and put some resources in there, maybe some web pages that would be okay to get some. And I'll also put a link in there for those of you that are iTunes users. You can take something that you have and convert it to a wave. So sometimes that might be a simpler route for some of you too, so you could use something that you already have in your library. Since we aren't trying to sell it or anything and just using it for academic purposes, we can probably get away with that in this instance. So this week, take a look at the information on timers. I think you'll find that they're pretty simple to utilize, and that they're pretty powerful. And if you're creative with them, I think you can do a lot of different things with timers. So I hope this week goes well for you. Be sure that you're checking on the feedback for previous versions of word guess, so we can keep making it better and improve on it as we go. Oh, one last thing too. I know that first semester I was really I was given a point a day basically for checking in to the site, and so you can making sure you were checking news and announcements. I think what I'm going to do with that, I know we had some issues with maybe some devices not being recognized and maybe some inconsistencies and stuff like that. I think we're to a point now where the class is a lot smaller, and I can keep a little bit better handle on who's keeping up and who's not. I guess what I'm going to do is just say that I'm not checking to make sure that you're in there each day and given any points for that. But if you get behind, we might add a stipulation that you're required to, or something like that. As long as you keep up with the pace, I'm going to trust that you're going in there as much as you need to and getting the information that you need. I know I don't post an announcement every day, and those of you that do know, when I do post something, it's probably something that will help you in some way, or information that I need. So do be checking in there. I would, and I still think the standard would be each day that there's school, check in there and check to see if there's an announcement. I might have changed an assignment. I might have put something up to help you with an assignment. So it is advantageous to you to do that, and it only takes a second. You should be working on stuff for this class every day anyway. And so checking into the site, I think, is a minor thing. But I'm not necessarily going to worry about it this semester in the spring where we're doing the second semester. I'll just trust that you're getting in there and getting the information that you need unless you prove otherwise to me. Okay? So have a good week.